Hello and welcome back to another video. I'm excited to be back here, and I'm excited about the topic that I get to talk about today. So, just on Friday, I discovered through text that there is hope for the future of the Maze Runner. Because I'm over here thinking it's done, we don't get to see the cast anymore, there are no books, and then James Dashner just comes out with another surprise. And I am so happy. I was freaking out for like an hour and I couldn't focus on the book I was reading at the time. So, yes. Basically, if you haven't heard the huge news, because no one's talking about this and I don't know why, but James Dashner, in August, like August 20 something of this year, came out with another book. And I mean, it's amazing. I had a feeling he would, but I thought that was just me being like an over imaginative fangirl. But no, he came out with another book, and I'm so incredibly happy because we got Ballad, Songbirds, and Snakes earlier in the 2020. I feel like it May or June or something, around that time. And then we got Midnight Sun August 4th, I believe. And then James Dashner came out and surprised his fans too. The book he came out with is called Crank Palace. And it's all about Newt. So we get to relive page 250 through Newt's perspective, most likely. Pre-ordered it, so stay tuned for my thoughts on that roller coaster. So let's get started on the fact that the Maze Runner could have more movies or a TV show. Oh my god. So there has been not a large gap between now and the previous Maze Runner movie. So about over 2 years ago, The Death Cure came out. And here we are. The cast hasn't been doing too great. I know Dylan O'Brien's been doing a bunch more after The Maze Runner and during The Maze Runner, but we hardly hear of him anymore. But we don't hear of anybody else in the cast at all. I know Ki Hong Lee came out with another movie that he was in called Looks That Kill, and I believe it was rated R. So, no one else has been very active in their acting career, but acting's a super hard thing to get into. But anyway, I was looking up some articles when I couldn't focus on my book, and I came across an article by the Hollywood Reporter that came out October 8th this year. So they were interviewing Gotham Group CEO Ellen Goldsmith Bain on mass agent exodus and the future of the Maze Runner franchise. So if you didn't know, Ellen Goldsmith Bain was a co-producer of The Maze Runner. She produced all 3 movies along with Tigger Lautner's Abduction and Stargirl, which is on Disney+. She said in the interview, James Dashner just delivered another book in the series. We've been talking to Disney about what's next for the Maze Runner. There's a ton to do there. Either it's a TV series or a series of prequels. What? I found another article by Hypeable that was produced January 26th of 2018, the day The Death Cure, I believe, came out. They had a tweet by Wick Godfrey, who is probably the most famous person related to producing the Maze Runner series. Today's a bittersweet one for me as we send off the Maze Runner movie and series in grand style. Wes Ball and T.S. Nolan have been there from the beginning, and I couldn't have been more proud of them and thankful for their dedication. Prequel, anyone? that is probably an exciting tweet because not only do we learn that they've been thinking about this for a while, but we also learned that someone's ready to jump on this and start doing it. And now that we know that people related to the Maze Runner are like eager to start doing something related to the franchise, there's hope. There's so much hope related to this. I was honestly convinced nothing else was going to come from this, and surprisingly, here we are with another book and the possibility of a TV show. There was another article that by discussing film that was posted on the 22nd of 2020 with Wes Ball. It was entitled Wes Ball and the Maze Runner Trilogy in Next Novel Adaptation Exclusive Interview. It was very incoherent and had nothing to do with TV series or prequel from what I could see throughout the article. So, not much hope there, but we have something. The Maze Runner series has been around since, oh snap. I know the first movie came out somewhere around 2014. So those fans of the movies have been there for 6 years, and those fans of the books have been there for over a decade. Which is just some very exciting ideas. And now that we can bring back a series or a franchise that could have been considered almost dead, is very exciting, because now the Maze Runner fandom has a chance to rise up and become the Twilight fandom of the world. So we honestly have a chance. I know there was like a loss of viewership between the second and third movie, just because of the whole extensive break due to injuries. But hopefully now with the new book, people will start looking at the Maze Runner differently. And if they could come out with a new series, everyone would be happy, because we finally have a chance to include more fans and to get old ones to come back, and that would be wonderful. It's not set in stone. It's barely even discussed. It's honestly very hard to find a website that would even remotely talk about this, but there is a chance. There is a very small chance, but as long as people are willing to come back and do stuff related to the Maze Runner, that'd be great, because all we really need is just something related to the Maze Runner, and we're all satisfied with the book currently, the new book, Crank Palace, so that's great. And the new cast of the TV show could just be the old cast of the Maze Runner, since because of that over 2-year age progression, it probably won't matter. Hopefully, because it'd be different if like the Twilight cast after 8 years comes back and does another movie. They wouldn't look like the high schoolers that they're supposed to be. But oh well. Let's hope the Maze Runner has a chance at a new movie. Another tidbit of information is, though there was a progression of splitting the last movie into 2, or the last book of a series into 2 movies, the Maze Runner didn't want to do that. A lot of the crew actually decided not to do that, and how they didn't really want that from the Maze Runner. And since the Maze Runner has that just that trilogy vibe, you can have the beginning, middle, end that's so satisfying within the Hollywood film community. And even though it was trending at the time, spent the last book of a series into 2 movies, everyone just decided against it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I had a lot of fun looking up all this information because I could not get it out of my mind. It was just so amazing that we could even have hope for something new in the future. Hopefully you've learned something new, or are just as excited about this new idea of expanding the Maze Runner franchise. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.